Nation elections may be about 6 months away, but foreign groups are afraid of vote buying and insecurity and how it may impact negatively on the exercise in major issues raised in the Ekiti governorship election. And the Osun State APC governorship primary leaves many questions as voters and some aggrieved aspirants speak up against the conduct while others pull out. Well, thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. The nation's news leader, I'm Sean Kimbaloye in Lagos. Let's get started, everyone, shall we? It's 210 days to the 2019 general elections, but with a series of stories left, right, and center, we shall have all of that covered for you. Everything seems to be moving very fast and happening so fast, but we got them all covered. Well, let's first give you some updates on the events happening in the Osun APC governorship election primary, which counting of ballot is currently ongoing. Events leading to the primaries have shown that internal crises over allegations of imposition of a candidate by some powers that be in the party, as well as the agitation for the next governorship candidate of the party to be produced from the Osun West district of the state, could to a large extent affect the success of the party. Very early in the morning, members of the party have gathered to the various ward centers to cast their votes for the candidate of their choice, but late arrival of materials and officials was the first challenge, as members across all polling centers visited by Channels Television as at noon today were yet to see voting materials and officials. Some of them who spoke with our correspondent said that they have arrived at their respective voting centers as early as 8 o'clock in the morning, as directed by the party leadership in the state, but are yet to vote as at 2:30 p.m. We understand that two of the candidates in the race, Mr. Kunle Adegoke and Dr. Najim Salam, who is a Speaker of the State House of Assembly, condemned the primaries. We also know that some of them have pulled out of the race. Well, we'll keep tabs on the situation for you. Well, let's tell you some other stories that we are following for you. Well, then we'll bring you some of those other stories that are happening across the country. Now to our major story of the day. A joint delegation of the National Democratic Institute and the International Republican Institute have expressed serious concern over the possible negative effect of insecurity and vote buying on the forthcoming general elections in 2019. They were speaking against the backdrop of the just concluded governorship election in Ekiti State. The International Elections Monitoring Groups observed that open vote buying on the day of elections, if left unchecked, has a great potential to discredit the results of 2019 general elections. The group, while commending the Independent National Electoral Commission for its efforts in improving the quality of elections, recommends that the Commission increases its campaign to encourage voter registration and collection of voter cards.
During the July 14th gubernatorial elections in Ekiti State, the Watching the Vote group deployed citizen election observers to a representative sample of polling sites across the state and recorded that 8% of the sampled polling units experienced incidents of vote buying or bribery on election day. Vote buying is an electoral offense. It also undermines the legitimacy of elections and weakens representative democracy.
The team observed that the electoral management body, INEC, has undertaken several innovative steps to reinforce the integrity of the electoral system. However, continued efforts must be made by a cross-section of Nigerian actors to enhance citizen confidence and participation in the process.